Sharon, the people have spoken and they want more. They want more from our content, and they've told us who we've left out. Stanley Clarke. Check it out. We are diving into School Days. Let's go. It's such a classic. And it's like so happy. Like, you're like...
It grows on you, though. Initially,
Yes.
you're like... And then you're like...
I kind of felt that way, too. We get the head. Or is it like a guitar solo, actually, at first?
Yes? Yeah, because then they do the... We'll get there.
Okay, and look, obviously, this has completely changed over the years to way Stanley has performed it. We're going to show you some of those performances live that he did at Montreux. Is that how you say that, Sharon? Did I? I got it. But really, this tune has 4 parts, right? We're going to, of course, break down the A section and show you how we approach that. And Sharon and I approach that a little differently. We'll talk about that. There's this really cool slap thing that happens a few times. We'll talk a bit about his soloing at the end, but there is a hidden gem. Sharon, do you know what I'm talking about?
I absolutely know what you're talking about. I can't wait to get to that section.
Oh, there is this most beautiful moment that's sort of hidden in this tune where Stanley plays this gorgeous sort of chord melody thing, and Sharon and I are going to show you how to do that, but that's going to be at the end. Hidden gem at the end of the video. If you like the deep dive into one tune, the nooks and crannies of a particular song, an iconic bass line, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We want to make more of this for you. So let me break down this iconic Stanley Clarke sort of strummy riff. Let's take our thumb, put it on the edge of the fingerboard. You can even cover the E string with it. And then I'm going to take all my fingernails for the strumming. And then we're just moving this 5th shape around. So going from A to F sharp to E, then an open D, and it's 5th, so D and a 5th. These are all 5th shapes, right? And then back to this. And how cool is that, right? Going from the C to the A. And it gives it that sort of funk sound because it's like a major, it's very happy, right? This sound, because you have this major sound. And don't be afraid to do a few things with this that don't feel like bass appropriate. We're always saying, well, you know, keep the space between, you know, your hand and the neck and your thumb behind. But this thing, you can get your thumb over it a little bit like a guitar player. And look, if you want to see any of this in more detail, of course, we have all the tab and notation. We're not going to do you dirty. We've got it all for you. Yeah, that's right. Sharon's pointing at it. It's in the description below.
There is, however, a video in 2003 of Stanley playing School Days, and he's approaching it a little bit differently, and I want to show you that.
Okay, show me.
Look at that! He's plucking it.
I mean, you know, this is a more mature, refined Mr. Clarke, right? This is Mr. Clarke. He's sort of
taking it
plucking
chill.
it now.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about this bass for a moment, too. Now look at this thing. This is a Stanley Clarke alembic short scale bass. Sharon, what are you playing today?
I'm playing a short scale RKM.
Yes, okay. And I'm playing a short scale Voronsaku. These are sort of the closest things we have to Stanley's instrument. It's such a unique instrument. Those pickups sound so different than anything else.
Yep.
And it is wild to me, that he committed to this instrument, because I have incredible esteem issues and self-confidence issues around being a 6'3" gentleman, just like Stanley, but I can't play like a little bass. I just don't feel like I look good with it. Stanley looks amazing, but whenever I put on a little bass, I just feel so like I'm a big dude playing a tiny bass. He's just like, whatever, man. This instrument is the perfect thing for me. And I think that's cool. You made the comment before we started recording that this would actually be an awesome, like, beginner slap line.
But it sounds really cool and it makes you feel like a badass.
Yeah, definitely. Sharon? Yeah. So cool. It's so cool. Okay, like if I play. it something like that?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
But you did it up there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, break that down. Break that down
It's so
for us.
good. So it's E octave, open E, octave, F sharp, sorry, G. That's it. That's basically the slap part.
Yep.
And it goes, it's like fast. So there's a little bit of like that, like, that's the fastest kind of double thumb that you have to do, but it's easy to attain. It took like a couple of minutes for me, not a slapper, but now I'm like, oh, I sound good slapping.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so cool. Oh, it's so cool.
Fun line. I highly recommend you check it out, which you can in the tabs below. We're going to take it to the solos section.
Yeah.
And we're going to break down what Stanley's doing on the record, and obviously he kind of evolves over time and the live shows get like crazy. We're gonna look at the record and we're gonna show you what devices he's using, what shapes he's using, and how he's getting that tone.
I mean, the solo is like almost the back half of the tune.
Yeah, it is.
Just to talk about this for a moment. So if the tune's in A,
yeah,
hanging out on the 6,
a lot.
which is
He hits the
so
6
cool.
a lot.
Yeah. So if it's here, that tension of the 6, and sometimes approaching it from the 2, and then resolving it to the A, that's just such a cool thing. And it feels patient. It feels like he's not trying to then, you know, smash all over the bass too soon. I like how patient the solo is.
Sound. But then he's plucking it like, I can't even get that tone. I don't know what he's.
So Stanley's got these incredibly big hands, and he's an upright guy, right? So when you see him play, sometimes it looks like this, where that upright technique where you have your thumb on the side and you're pulling through the string this way. So like if you kind of, you know, put your thumb on the edge of the fingerboard, and it's a real hard pull, kind of near the neck. That
Getting
sort of
that
sound.
That speed is insane.
So
though.
sometimes going like pentatonic, and sometimes, but you're hearing him play this guy too.
Yeah, he goes back and forth, I think.
Think about a pentatonic scale, and then let's just play the secondary box, right? So if you're thinking A, move your hand up to the B. And that's a really nice first sort of box shape, from the B to the C sharp, the E to the F sharp, right? So we have the 2, the 3, the 5, and the 6. And then sometimes he'll play the 4 as well. But that sound, smash the bass, don't be afraid, right? And then let's move into this next part. Oh. But right, we're taking the same device. We're moving this box now up. Box from the B. Now think about a box from the D. So it's like rhythmic device, right? Instead of just a flurry of chops. It's like Michael Jackson or something. Yeah, funk. It's a great reminder, if you're soloing, that you don't have to play all the notes, every note, super fast. If you find something, like landing on something and repeating it as a phrase. Good job, Stanley Clarke. Okay, so I love YouTube. You probably love YouTube. But let's be honest. it's not the best platform for in-depth teaching. Enter the SBL Academy. At SBL, we break down the bass with a curriculum-driven approach that spans from complete beginner level to super advanced. We also cover all kinds of genres, skills, and techniques, all brought to you by world-class bass instructors. And best of all, you can get started today for free at trysbl.com.
Hey, Ian, is it time?
Oh, I thought you would never ask. Yes, this is the coolest part of the song. I mean, we've already had so many cool parts. Check this out. Stanley plays this beautiful chord melody, bridging two sections of the song together, and it is so lovely. Sharon plays it better than I do. Sharon, over to you.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Should we first hear Stanley play it? Maybe
Let's
so.
yeah, because he plays it better.
Oh, okay.
Just that. Just that.
The fact that he just slid a harmonic on a fretted bass.
I didn't know how to do that. I was doing the thing that you do on a fretless of like, but it doesn't. I was like, it sounds lame when I do it.
That's pretty good though, Sharon. That's pretty good, right? Yeah. So you kind of can on a fretted bass. And
But
if
it
anybody
has, like,
wants
the
to know, yeah, it goes, it has like glissando or
Yeah.
portamento. What's a fancy word for like pitch glide, right? Like on a fretted bass, you hear the
You see,
of
all the
frets.
stairs. It's like,
Yes. And you can do it. What you do is you hit the harmonic, put it down, and then slide it. It works really well on fretless, but he's not playing a fretless. So Sharon, how's he doing it?
He's doing something that I would never have thought of, and Ian told me how to do it, and I have since broken my fingers trying to do it. It's absurd. I can't believe this is actually how he does it. So I'm gonna get my
secret.
I'm gonna get my headstock in the shot here.
Let's go.
And I'm gonna play the harmonic.
Yep. That's it. And it is not easy to do. And so essentially he's taking the note and bending it. And because I have this reversed headstock, are your fingers hurting? I can't do it on a reverse headstock. I can do it on a different string, like here on the E string. Check it out.
Ooh, that's good.
Right? It's kind of cool. Right? Isn't that sweet?
I had zero clue.
Yeah. So on that alembic bass, it leaves him enough space on the G string to bend a full step behind the nut. Now, mileage may vary. YouTube watcher, don't try this at home. Or if you do try it at home, just be careful because you can break a string. You can also break the nut.
Wait, you didn't tell me that. Whoa, why are they getting a disclaimer and I didn't get a disclaimer?
We're in this dangerous game together, Sharon. Yeah, you can. If you put too much downforce, you can crack the nut, especially if it's made of plastic. You can break it. So, be careful. But yeah, that's what Stanley's doing.
That was just the intro of what we're talking about. Look at how nerdy we're getting about just the first bar.
This here. Romance me, Stanley. Oh! So it's crazy, right? You go from this thing, right, to this beautiful, this kind of like bop, right, to this like beautiful chord melody section. And it's really dynamic. He's snapping some notes and playing others very gently. And over to you, Sharon, to play it.
Wow. Hey, Sharon, go here. Bus. All right. Let's see how this goes.
Ooh.
And then?
Yeah, bend. That's it, though, Sharon.
And then you told me I was doing this.
Yes.
But it's not that.
No, it plays that open G. Yes. How sick is that at the end? Yeah.
Hold for finger ice bath.
Essentially, we have like a D chord.
Mm-hmm.
and then A in a fifth, right? This is so beautiful.
That's
that
the most
moment.
beautiful chord.
Yes,
Oh.
right? Where you're playing the D and then an F on the bottom. So it's like an F6 chord.
There's a moment of world peace.
I know, exactly. And then this thing down to the A, right? You can play that open or close it. And then this. And if you want to try that, you have to go guitar mode, I think, where like you take your third finger and then get your thumb over the neck because you're bending a whole step. It's a big bend. And then the ending thing that I can't.
I got you.
We can do it as a team. You know, we have to do it as a team.
If you want to learn how to play this gorgeous, gorgeous bass line / guitar part / slice of heaven, there is tab and notation down below. Just go download it and you can join us in heaven.
This tune is legendary. It deserves all of the accolades. And we are absolutely late to Stanley, but I think like after really diving in, because I think it's really easy to overlook Stanley and think, dun, 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 dun. Like if you're kind of a dark Lost Boy like me and you like more minor harmony, I would hear that and think like, okay, like I didn't like it didn't resonate, but I had to deep dive, you know, I had to really look in and find all those other moments and then put it into context of like what was happening at the time and just how incredible it was to have a bassist like Stanley, early 20s, stepping forward and being a leader on the bass and then just influencing all of my and your favorite bass players, Victor, Les, you know, Marcus Miller, everybody, like huge Stanley Clarke fans. And so we are too, and we hope you are too.
I don't know if you've listened to the rest of this album, but Stanley, we're coming for you in the best way possible.
Hey, what do you guys want to see us break down? Where are our gaps? We haven't covered every bass player. If you're screaming out, scream out in the comments. Let us know who we need to cover on the channel. We want to make that for you. Yeah.
That was not clean, but it's getting there.
In the A. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry.
Oh, no, don't mind me. I'm just practicing here in the back.
Let me just start this over one more time. Random tab and notation from unreliable sources is wrong? So sick.
Ooh. Bass does not want to do the guitar part.
Bass was
We're
like...
back.